Welcome to our classroom. First, let us start with a prayer. Lord Jesus, I pray today that you multiply your grace on me, subtract and take away all of my sins by your mercy you have shed on me. Add to my awareness a better understanding of your will for me in my life. I will divide my blessings and grace with those that are not as fortunate as I am. In your perfect and most holy name, I come to you, Jesus, and ask these things. Amen. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Once again, I'm your teacher, Maria Eliza N. Nunez. Our objective for this week's lesson is to convert measurements from one unit to another in both metric and English systems. Number two, solve problems involving conversion of units of measurement. Let's start with this activity. Measure the length of the following items located in the classroom or your room. Since we're not in the classroom, so you're going to use your room. Using centimeters, record your findings. After doing that, use the conversion chart to convert it from centimeter to another units. When changing from smaller units to larger units, the number of units will be, and vice versa. Apply what you learned to other metric units too. You can also estimate how tall you are by feet. And here are the following units of measure. We have here the metric system and the English system. For the quantity, we have length, volume, mass, temperature, time, capacity, and angle. So for quantity of the length using the metric, we have millimeter, centimeter, kilometer. And for the English system, you have inch, foot, yard, mile. For the volume, you can have cubic centimeter, cubic meter for the metric system. And for the English system, you have cubic inch, cubic foot, cubic yard. For mass, we have for the metric, we have gram and kilogram. Then we have for the English, you have ounce, pound, and ton. And for the temperature, we have for the metric, we have Kelvin and the degree Celsius. For the English, we have the degree Fahrenheit. And for the time, you have second, minute, hour. And for the English system, you have again second, minute, hour. It's the same for the metric and the English system for the time. For capacity, you have milliliter and liter. That's for the metric. And for the English system of capacity, you have fluid ounce, pint, gallon. And for the angle, using metric and English, they have the same degree and radian. Here is what we call the conversion line or the meter line. On the middle of that conversion line or the meter line, we have what we call the unit or the basic unit. So we have the meter for letter M. Here it is. The liter for letter L and gram for letter G. Then, as you can see, we have the KHD. Then another on the right side, we have DCM. So on the left side, those can be called kilometer, hectometer, decameter. While on the right side of the basic unit, we have decimeter, centimeter, and millimeter. It's the same if you have the liter. You can call it kiloliter, hectoliter, decaliter, deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. The same with the gram. We can have kilogram, hectogram, decagram, decigram, centigram, milligram. So that's how you use this meter line. This is the basic step for you to convert the metric system when you go from the left and from the right. Okay, let's see here. Okay, for the first example, we're going to convert 89 meter to millimeter. From meter, we move 3 decimal places to the right. 3 decimal places to the right, then add zeros. Since we have whole number, so your decimal point is at the end of that whole number. So you have 89 point. Then you need to move that decimal point 3 places. So you have to add 3 zeros. So your answer will be 89,000 millimeter. So the 89 meter when converted to millimeter will become 89,000. That's the use of the conversion line or meter line. Another example, you have 740 decimeter to hectometer. Again, this is a whole number and you need to move 3 decimal places, this time to the left. So it means when I move to the right, my number becomes larger. But when I move to the left, the number becomes smaller, or it can become as a decimal number. As you can see here, our 740 decimeter, when converted to hectometer, become 0.740 hectometer, or you can also have it as 0.74 hectometer. It's the same. And for the last example, 7.8 kilogram to decagram. By the way, our decagram or the decameter, decaliter can be used as DAM, but this time I use DKG. It's the same. Because some books use K, some books use A. Okay, we have 7.8 kilogram to decagram. So our decimal is between 7 and 8. And we need to move that to decimal places. So your answer will be 780 decagram. Next, 5,940 centigram to gram. Okay, again, you need to move that. Your answer will be 59.40 gram or 59.4 gram. And then we have 8.6 liter to milliliter. So you will move that again. Your answer will now become 8,600 milliliter. Just remember that when you move from the left, it will become decimal. When you move from the right, it will become larger number. But it's also depend on the decimal point where it is placed. We're done with that metric system. How about if I have metric to English or English to metric conversion? Okay, if I have here converting inch to centimeter. To convert inch to centimeter, here are the number we need to multiply to each conversion. Okay, we will talk about it one by one. Inch to centimeter, you need to multiply 2.54 because 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. And for the foot to centimeter, you have 1 feet is equal to 30.5 centimeter. The same with our yard. Our yard can be converted into meter and centimeter. So for the meter, you will have 1 yard is equal to 0.914 meter. And for the centimeter, 1 yard is equal to 91.4 centimeter. We have here for the mile. When you want to convert mile to kilometer, you have 1 mile is equal to 1.61 kilometer. And when we have centimeter to inch, you have 1 centimeter is equal to 0.4 inch. And then for the meter, it can be converted into inch, feet, yard. So let us start with inch. 1 meter is equal to 39.4 inch. 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet. 1 meter is equal to 1.1 yard. And for the kilometer to miles, you have 1 kilometer is equal to 0.62 miles. So those are the things you need to remember when converting those units from each other. Okay, we have here some examples. What is 4.2 inches in centimeters? So we're going to solve it now. What is 4.2 inches in centimeter? Here. Okay, I need to convert that inches into centimeter. Knowing that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. So we will have 4.2 times 2.54. We will multiply 4.2 times 2.54. So that will be equal to 10.67 centimeter. Next, if we have what is 10.5 meter in yards, knowing that 1 meter is equal to 1.1 yards. So we need to multiply again 10.5 and since our goal is to convert 10.5 meter into yards, we need to multiply knowing that 1 meter is equal to 1.1 yards. So 10.5 times 1.1, that will be equal to 11.55 yards. So that is our answer on the second question. Next. Three yards of ribbon will be cut into 7 equal pieces. But the question is, how long in centimeters is each piece? So first, we need to convert the 3 yards into centimeter, knowing that 1 yard is equal to 91.4 centimeter. So we have 3 yards to centimeter. So we will multiply 3 by 91.4. So our answer will be 274.2 centimeter. 274.2 centimeter. But it says here it need to be cut into 7 equal pieces for us to know how long each in centimeters. So we need to divide this 274.2 into 7. and that will be equal to, after we divide the 274.2 centimeter into 7, so per piece you will have 39.17 centimeter. So that's the answer on our question number 3. Next, we have here units of volume. Can be also changed from one unit to another using the metric converter. Again, that line that we have, the kilometer, hectometer, decameter, then the basic unit, then we have decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. But to use that this time, since we are converting volume, this time the decimal point is moved thrice the number of steps between units, since volume involves 3 dimensions. So, to convert 96.58 cubic centimeter to cubic meter, we all know that we need to count 2 steps to the left. Move the decimal point 2 steps to the left, but it says we need to do it thrice. So that 2 step will be multiplied to 3. So you have 2 times 3 equals 6. So instead of 2 places to the left, you will move now 6 places to the left. So the 96.58 cubic centimeter, when converted into cubic meter, will become 0.00009658 cubic meter. We have here another table. To convert teaspoon to milliliter, 1 teaspoon is equal to 5 milliliter. Tablespoon to milliliter, 1 tablespoon is equal to 15 milliliter. Fluid ounce, 1 fluid ounce is equal to 30 milliliter. Cup to liter, 1 cup is equal to 0.28 liter. Pint can be converted into liter, cup, quart. So we have, for the liter first, 1 pint is equal to 0.47 liter. 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. 1 pint is equal to 0.5 quarts. And for the quart, it can be converted to liter, cup, pint. So we have 1 quart is equal to 0.95 liter. 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. And for the gallon, to be converted into liter, 1 gallon is equal to 3.8 liter. Okay, we have here some examples. How many liters is 16 cups of milk? So again, we need to solve that. How many liters is 16 cups of milk? Knowing that 1 liter is equal to 0.28 cups. So we have, or rather 1 cup is equal to 0.28 liter. So we have 16 times 0.28. So 16 times 0.28, here we're solving it now. 16 times 0.28, the answer will be 4.48 liter. So that is the answer now, 4.48 liter. So that means in 16 cups, you have 4.48 liters of milk. Next, a bottle of cough syrup contains 5 fluid ounces. If you are going to drink the medicine and the doctor prescribed 5 milliliter 3 times a day, how many days you're going to drink 1 bottle of medicine? We have here 5 fluid ounces. But the question is, your doctor prescribed 5 milliliters. So we need to convert it first. Our 5 fluid ounce should be converted into milliliter. So it will be multiplied to 30. And 5 times 30 is equal to 150. So you will have now 150 milliliter. And the doctor asks you to drink 3 times a day. It means once a day is 5 milliliter and 3 times a day is 15 milliliter. So this 150 should be divided into 15 for us to know how many days you're going to drink that one bottle of medicine. So if we have 150 divided by 15, the answer now is 10 days. So it means that bottle of medicine can be done by 10 days. So that is our final answer. Next. In your village, the garbage collector collects 980 kilograms of garbage every day. The question is, how many metric ton of garbage in 30 days can they collect? We all know that 1 metric ton is equal to 1,000 kilograms. Therefore, 980 kilograms should be divided into 1,000. So you will have 0.98 tons. Meaning to say, every day they are collecting 0.98 tons. But the question is, for 30 days, how many metric tons did they collect? So you have 0.98 times 30. Therefore, your answer will be 29.4 tons of garbage. That's the number of tons they collect within 30 days. Next, we have here the conversion of temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius, Celsius to Fahrenheit, and Celsius to Kelvin. We have here Fahrenheit to Celsius. Degree Celsius is equal to 5/9 quantity degree Fahrenheit minus 32. Celsius to Fahrenheit, we have degree Fahrenheit is equal to 9/5 times degree Celsius plus 32. Celsius to Kelvin, you have K is equal to degree Celsius plus 273. Let us have some example. A butter melts at 31 degrees Celsius, while a candle melts at about 55 degrees Celsius. How much higher is the melting point of candle in Fahrenheit? So we need to solve that. Since it asks how much higher, we need to subtract first that 55 degrees Celsius to 31 degrees Celsius before we convert it into Fahrenheit, because the question is in Fahrenheit. So 55 degrees Celsius minus 31 degrees Celsius is equal to 24 degrees Celsius. And we need to convert that now into degree Fahrenheit. Okay, on the formula I have there as a fraction, we can also have that formula into decimal. So we will be using the decimal form. So we have degree Fahrenheit is equal to 1.8. That 9/5 will become 1.8 multiply to 24 plus 32, following the formula that we have. We just change it into the decimal. So we have 1.8 times the 24, which is the given degree Celsius, plus the 32. So your final answer will be 75.2 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, just take note, by doing it, you need to follow 1.8 times 24 first before adding it to the 32 to get the 75.2 degree Fahrenheit. So that will be the answer. Next, the recipe for a certain cake to be baked in an oven calls for a 475 degree Fahrenheit temperature. If your oven is set in degrees Celsius, what should be your temperature setting? So first, that 475 should be, the only thing we need to do is to convert it into degree Celsius. Okay, so 475 degree Fahrenheit should be converted into degree Celsius. Again, following the decimal formula, we have the 5/9. That 5/9 can become 0.56. So we're going to use that 0.56 times the 475 minus 32. Okay, this time you need to first subtract 475 to 32 before you multiply it to our 0.56. So our final answer will be 248.08 degrees Celsius. Or you can round it off into 250 degrees Celsius. So you need to set your oven into this 250 degree Celsius. Next. Okay, for the time, we have here 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. We all know that. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. 24 hours is equal to 1 day. 12 months is equal to 1 year. 365 days is equal to 1 year. 366 days is equal to 1 leap year. 10 years is equal to 1 decade. 20 years is equal to 1 score. 100 years is equal to 1 century. 1,000 years is equal to 1 millennium. So those are the conversion of time. Okay, let us have some example. I have here 7 days seconds. Okay, 7 days to seconds. You have 7 days. Of course, you will start with converting it into hour, minute, seconds. Because the question is into seconds. So you need to multiply that. 7 days, quantity 24 hours over 1 day. Then another 60 minutes over 1 hour. Then another 60 seconds over 1 minute. Cancel all that unit, day, hour, minute. The remaining will be seconds. And you need to multiply all numbers on the numerator. So you need to multiply 7 times 24 times 60 times 60. So the answer is 604,800 seconds. So that will be the seconds in 7 days. Next, 4 hours, 45 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, don't mind first the 45 minutes. Let's focus on 4 hours to be converted into minutes first. So 4 hours into minutes. We all know that in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. So just multiply 4 times 60. You have 240 minutes. And then finally add that 45 minutes to that 240. So therefore you have 285 minutes. That's the final answer. Next is the angle. Angle is formed by two rays intersecting at a point called the vertex of the angle. We have three kinds of angles for now. So we have acute angle. Acute angle measures less than 90 degree. Right angle measures exactly 90 degree. Obtuse angles measures greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So you need to remember that because you're going to name some angles if it is acute, right, or obtuse.